What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Earthbound Beginnings. In the last part of Earthbound Beginnings, we basically did the we basically saved Pippi and got the second melody. And since the last part, we were instructed to go to the zoo. It's actually north of here, so we were instructed to go to the zoo, so that's where we're headed. Hey, that's a Wally, but I don't think we ever saw one of these in the last part, but these are by far the strongest enemies you can encounter in this part of the game. But since we're level 9, we have the wooden bat. These guys are pretty much joke. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can tell by the levels. I also grinded a couple of more levels off screen in between parts because this is the first part of the game that is a pretty sudden shift in difficulty, and we learned a new PSI move. So what PSI moves do we know? We know telepathy, we get that right from there. We've known life up alpha, healing alpha, defense up alpha, which that's what we just learned. So that was another wall. That was yet another. Can I even finish my sentences, please? Yeah, these are enemies we've already seen. And I haven't really getting that much XP from this, but thankfully once we get to the end of this road, this sign, not after this. And I just had to get through Johnny Be Good a second time. God, I was getting so many encounters, but this is the city zoo 700 meters west, so yeah, that's where we're heading. Should be getting new enemies, but we just encountered a hippie, so that wasn't one of them. But I think once we get closer to the zoo, we should be encountering some more enemies. There are pretty sudden spikes in difficulty also. Say, these are the alligators. These things can bite you, and if you're a lower level, they can also do quite a bit of damage. We don't have any defensive items yet either, so yeah, that did like 7 damage. We're level 9, so I think like 2 hits with the wooden bat should be enough to kill them. Yeah, like that. So they do drop a decent amount of XP, so you can kind of grind these guys. And they give like 20 XP, so that's 2 alligators. So yeah, when you get 2 of them on the screen, that can be a problem because that's double damage. So I would suggest mainly just healing up. We're gonna get this guy out of the way. So only one of them hits because when they they just did 26 damage. So when they approach slowly, that means they're charging for a stronger attack, and a smash attack wasn't even enough to kill it. Hey, we got a smash attack. We got 2 smash attacks and only did like 34 damage. So okay, that was definitely a good amount of XP right there. However, we need to heal ourselves a bit. Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a spike up in difficulty. So I would honestly just go and grind out in the graveyard because that's where I did it. The monkey stole the zoo key. It was broken, Nintendo opened the door. And we go straight to where we encounter. And this is the gorilla. I don't remember these guys being as strong as the alligators. Now, the strongest enemies we're going to encounter in this area are the tigers. And they do a ton of damage even at this state. So I mainly grinded also so I can get some money also. We're also trying to get a boss. Now, I should also point out there's a second way to save Anna to return to her house. That is if you didn't see the mayor. Make sure in either scenario, though, you have the Franklin badge. Now, the other way to get the Franklin badge, if you did it the other way, is you have to talk to Pippi once you go to her house. So that's the other way to get it. So make sure you have the Franklin badge either way. And these guys can run away. Friggin' pansies, but anyway, so we just gotta. Now, the third melody is also going to be in the zoo. That was an alligator, so you don't need to see him again. So I'm surprised we haven't seen the tigers yet. I might try to intentionally encounter them once we get to the area. We've seen the hyenas and they ran away. So I've noticed they can either A, run away, or B, call for help. So we killed one of them at least. So we're getting XP. And just grins and bears it. Some enemies can also call for help. Some enemies can run away. The ghosts in the graveyard can also run away, but we never saw it also, so we should be almost to a level up also, because it's pretty easy to level up these enemies. If you have the patience to get to these enemies, even though they can kill you easy, they give you a lot of XP for this part of the game, so, and money also. I should also warn you though that if you get a game over at any point in the game, it's all the other games have this problem, but you lose half your money. So it also means you have to be wiser what you take out of the bank. So I guess Nintendo probably, oh, this is a fly, and flies can actually call for help, but I guess Nintendo has to pay for the hospital bills when he gets a game over, so. But anyway, so that they only do one. Their main thing is, however, they call for help, so they can give you more XP. I don't think they give too much. They give like that was only 2 XP. Almost at the we're almost at the yeah, we're almost at the I'm gonna try to see if I can intentionally encounter a tiger, because that's the one enemy we have not seen that was not a tiger. So we're gonna get a tiger. I have to show all the enemies. Come on. It didn't take either like a second or like a minute. That's an elephant, but that's another enemy we have not seen. These guys can also ram hard, so or can they? It's mainly the tigers that can hit you really hard, so we should be able to get a level up shortly also. So yeah, I'm just gonna I think one more hit. Maybe no. Okay, no. Oh, wait a minute. That was 7 damage. So, hit. Yeah, the elephants I think are more defensive. That's the case. So, and we're up to level 10. So, fight is increased by 2, speed is increased by 2, and wisdom has increased by 2, and strength has increased by 2, force is increased by 3, and we still have not seen a tiger. So, I'll just kind of like see it. All right, it took me like 10 minutes to find a single tiger. These are by far the most dangerous enemies. Look at how much damage they're gonna do. Yeah. We're level 10, it still did like 13 damage. So, oh, great. Maybe I shouldn't have gone out of my way to encounter one of these guys, because I don't have any healing for the boss. But anyway, that's side for that. And we even get a level up out of that. So yeah, it took like 10 minutes. Seriously, it took 10 minutes to find one single tiger. But these enemies that all we'll find in here are like rats. But if we go in here, this is why I recommended the Franklin badge. Certainly from the inside of the capsule. This is the Starman Jr. So yeah, these guys are gonna know a new move called Beam Omega, which will instantly kill you. So yeah, basically since we have the Franklin badge, it's even gonna work. Yeah, since we have the Franklin badge, it'll deflect it back at him, so we gotta heal back up. Problem is, this is my last life up, so and yeah, probably shouldn't have gone out of my way to look for a tiger. So I'm even gonna I'm using beam, but because he knows PSI beam, but 2 more hits and we're dead. So hey, that wasn't our first game over after all. We didn't show the move though, but we got a level up. So fight is increased by 3, speed is increased by 2, wisdom is increased by 2, strength is increased by 2, force is increased by 3, max HP went up by 4. And the odd sound that drove the animals insane died down. The zoo once more became a safe place. So yeah, we're not going to encounter any more enemies on the zoo. However, we are almost dead, let's just say. So I'm going to take a massive gamble on if I can make it to the next area, well, with 30 HP. So thankfully, we don't need to see any more of these enemies. If we check this thing over here, one of a kind, see amazing singing monkey. The singing monkey, same with passion. And that is the third melody we've got so far. So I'd say we're part 3. We're not really I wouldn't say we're halfway through this game, but I'd say we're probably a quarter of the way through the game. It's only like the 3rd video of this playthrough, so I'd say at best we're probably a quarter of the way through. Once you make it to like the next area, I'd say you're like a quarter of the way through the game. This isn't really a particularly long game either. Definitely not compared to Earthbound or even Mother 3. But anyway, we're going to try to see if we can make it to that next area, because guess what? The next area has free healing, so which means more grinding. I shouldn't have spoke too soon. But this is a stray dog. We'll one-shot these guys for sure. I did 38 damage. I don't even really think I need to cut out these battles anymore, like with these enemies. But yeah, we got to a pretty good level actually, and we just gotta go. We actually gotta go east to get to the next area. Oh, this is a little saucer. This is a brand new enemy. I did not expect to encounter these at all this point in the game. They're doing 7 damage, however, so that is a bit of a problem because we could probably get a game over. We do encounter some new enemies here, but I didn't think you encounter a little saucer this early in the game. But we just gotta make it to the cave. Gotta make it to the cave. Police officers. The curfew has been lifted, although I can't see what travel's ever restricted. I heard that you can communicate with telepathy. Have you heard of, oh wait, I don't have any PP, which means, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a quick trip back to, Panucket, so I'll see you guys in a second. Now back at the area where the, 2 police officers were. Oh, this is the Biokick Senti. This is a new enemy and Bionic Senti. They actually are like the enemies that are stronger and they can poison you. So just be a little careful. Healing Alpha can get rid of poison, so it's not healing Beta that can get rid of poison on like later mother entries. So they're a brand new enemy right off the bat. So we are, however, gonna have to use Healing Alpha. No, telepathy. Healing Alpha gets rid of poison because otherwise you'd be slowly taking damage. Let's talk to these guys again. Deep in the cave, there's a strange rock-like thing. It's so strange. So yeah, do that. We're gonna go. Yeah, I had to go back to Podunk and heal because, you know, pretty much the matter of the fact was I couldn't use telepathy because it cost 1 P to be used, and I used up all my PP trying to look for a tiger back at the zoo. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the cost of it. So we're going to we're approaching the cave. No enemies in this cave, and once we use PSI telepathy, Nintendo felt this question enter his mind. Who has lost his tail? Find the entry to the great grandfather's diary. Nintendo read out loud. The forgotten one in the ship that sails. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Magicant. Now, there's one main thing I want to do in Magicant. First of all, we're not going to have time to do it, so I'm going to cut it off as part of Earthbound Beginnings. This is where you can save your game in Magicant. It looks like, yeah, it looks like I'm almost going to have enough for what I want in Magicant, so, it's best to save here anyway. So anyway, we're going to explore Magicant in the next part of Earthbound Beginnings, so yeah, next time on Earthbound Beginnings, we're going to explore and see what's up in Magicant. See you guys then.